Hello and welcome. This is going to be a hopefully quick walkthrough. We have the sun out after a really rainy day, so there are shadows on my desk. I'm sorry for that, but I can't wait for another week or something so that the weather is going to be better before I will, able to play with this deck. So let's do something with that. It's anyway just the first impression walkthrough. I will post a flip through of the deck as well, where I will wait until the light situation is better. So if you're just interested in the cards, you can find a link for that in the description down below. But let's just check how it is. But before I start, this was one of those decks that Dusty made me do it because I was interested in the deck. I watched a few walkthroughs, but since it's a pip deck, I was sure I wouldn't want to work with it because I wasn't knowledgeable enough yet. But then time went on and I kind of more confident in myself with Pipish decks, so I looked into it again, and then I saw Dustin post about the deck, and there was one card that was something that made me really want this deck. And then he mentioned that the guidebook is really great with the symbols and stuff like that, so I was like, okay, I can get it. I mean that I will be able to use it, so I bought it. And this is the guidebook, which is much thinner than I imagined, but there's a lot of text, so we don't mind, and I don't see anything because the sun is shining. But it's fully illustrated and fully colorful, and not fully illustrated, it's colorful, that's what I was meant. And there are tables with the symbols on the cards, which is always useful. And yeah, now let's not spoil the cards. Oh, they are much bigger than I expected. I mean, I have small hands, so it's a magnetic closure box, which is really cool, and I like the size of the box. It's not too big. And we have a plastic thing holding the cards together. Why is it not? I mean, it should slide down, right? Just making it hard for myself. And interestingly, you can see, can you see that it was made from two separate batches? Because there's a bow in the middle, which I don't like at all, but hopefully that will go away. Oh god, once I start working with it, because right now that's kind of annoying. Where is it cut? In the middle of the swords. Okay. It's matte. Yeah, I can move a bit. It has a kind of nice feeling, but it's really thin. I'm not sure it means anything, and it's not completely aligned in the, oh god, can you see? Oh god, I'm really bad with asymmetrical things when they are not intentional. But since the back seems to be misaligned as well, there might be a chance for trimming the deck, because this it's big, for my hand. I have a light sears here, so it's bigger than the light sears. So I might check to see if I can trim this one. But let's go. let's not do this. So yeah, the Fool, it's that type of deck, and I wasn't sure, I wanted, because I have the Spacious Tarot, which has the similar feeling, but it's not exactly the same. It doesn't look like a hedgehog. Interesting. And I really like the backs. The backs with the octopus arms, it's just one of the things that I really liked when I was first looking through it. It kind of feels like you just, snapped and the human figure from the cards were gone. I mean, that's how I feel, and I kind of like that. The Magician with everything. And I don't know all the symbols in it, but it's supposed to be a really good one for learning. symbolism which I want to, you know, do. High Priestess. Not my forever favorite, but it's still, it's kind of growing on me. That's what I'm going to say. The Empress. I like the throne, which seems like a living thing. The Emperor, with, you know, the painting in the background more so in focus than the throne. Hierophant with a cat. And I kind of like this, you know, that when you travel you run into these small shrines in some countries, not here. Lovers, it's a really cool lovers card. You know, the opposite, how they still make one not whole in a sense that it's becoming the same, but balanced, and whole as in, yeah, whole. I don't know why I'm trying to find a different word. I just meant it's equal and whole and not the same, which is really good. But I really want to trim it because, I mean, I did trim most of my decks that I wanted to trim. So the Chariot, again, that feeling that, you know, someone snapped, maybe Thanos, and then the human was gone. Strength is a lovely strength card. Hermit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with the symbolisms and flowers in the cards because I don't know enough, so you don't need to see me playing the guessing game here. Wheel of Fortune. Is that peach? I'm not sure. But interesting. Justice. This is a very good Justice. I mean, it's this symbol and this idea is used a lot in Justice cards, but it still doesn't make it less powerful or meaningful. The Hangman. Oh, and you actually have to change the card's orientation to get the picture right. That's clever. We like clever. Death. Oh yeah, Wasp. Because that's not a bee, that's a wasp. Waspy, waspy. It would have been interesting, you know, if there was a bee, because if the bees are gone, we're gone. Oh, I like this Temperance. With the ocean. I really can't wait to work with this one. I'm so excited. The Devil. It sounds Neville. Devil. Oh, now I can't pronounce the Devil. Isn't that amazing? With all the little intricate, you know, things that will keep you, because you entangle yourself. Oh, the Tower. And the Star. Yeah, I'm not a fan of swans. Swans can be vicious. I know a lot of people love them and they're all so nice and cute, but I saw one that tried to attack my brother when I was small, and that image stuck with me. The Moon with the UFO, that's my favorite part. I mean, is that Nessie in the water? No, that would have been cool. There's a pumpkin, there's a shadowy Bigfoot kind of figure, but the UFO is the best one. The Sun, which is going out and in. I like this. Interesting. And this Judgment card is my favorite. I don't know why, but it just makes so much sense to have this as a Judgment. Because it doesn't just say, you know, that what you experienced that formed you will make you who you are, and you shouldn't, you know, judge yourself too much, but at the same time you should take a responsibility for your actions, and all the buried things that are down here, you know, they build up on together. I don't know, I can't explain it well, but I'm assuming the card in the guidebook said it better. Yeah, we're gonna check that later. The Vern. Oh, interesting. I have no idea why those flowers were picked. And like I said, or did I say? Yeah, I said the miners are pippish, so it's not that much to go on, so it makes it a quicker walkthrough. And these cards are more aligned in the middle, you know, they are symmetrical, but they kind of follow the same with the background, so I do think I'm going to trim them, because that would make it a better size as well. I don't, you know, there's not much to see. I don't think there's a meaning in the orientation of the cups, but who knows. This is the 9, yeah, 9 of cups, because it looks like oh god, not you know, the tornado in the water. What is it called? I mean, I can offer you the Hungarian one, but you will know what I'm thinking about. But it's the same for this one, so it's... Ooh, and the light just hit the card, and it has... I don't think I can show it to you, but it has some scuff marks. Like, after it was printed, it was just pulled down on some surface too hard. Okay, and there are no titles, so this is something that I will have to learn, but it shouldn't be that hard to identify, because the king is obviously a crown, just like the queen, and the king has bubbles, so this is, you know, a starting of a crown for the page. The knights have all the helmets, I think, and the... Interesting, there's fire for the element of water, which can be confusing, but at least the element or the suit is here, so it's not that complicated. But I'm assuming, you know, it just takes some time to get used to it, which is fine. I hopefully have time. Ace of Swords, and you know, you can go by Ace of Daggers, Ace of Blades, whatever you want to call them. I'm kind of curious if there is something Marseille going on with the directions, but I don't know anything about Marseille yet. 6, come on now. 7, it became suddenly quite slivery, and then the 9, the 10, and then we're back to the wreath or wreath, how do you say that, sort of headband for the page. Another helmet, which at first I thought that this was, you know, the mouthpiece, then I realized that no, it's here is the eyes, so it's just looking a bit down. But for some reason I think all the knights have fire, which I hope the Pentacles doesn't have, because the Knight of Pentacles are slow. The Queen and the King. Oh yeah, you can make, I mean, it's more intricate, so we can make it as a Queen. I like this one with the crystals, it looks like an actual wand. Oh, the fire. Which suit could this be? And yeah, I read the wands as fire as well, because that's how I learned it, and that's how it makes sense to me. Like, the blade is something that you can, you know, light on fire. The blade is something that cuts through air. The pentacle is one that falls down on the ground and stuff like that. I forgot what the keywords for the cups were, but I will have to look it up, because there are neo-pagan, I would say, decks where it's different, and the wands are air, and these swords are fire, and that just, for me, that doesn't make sense. So I eliminated successfully quite a few decks because of that from my wish list, which I don't mind actually. Same, you can make a bonfire with all these ones. But yeah, interesting, like with the 10 of Wands, the directionality and the groupings. I'm kind of suspecting that there is going to be, interesting, with the stalagmites and stalactites. How do you say that in? Oh, and it's again not symmetrical. Can you see? Oh, that's interesting. A different direction. What was I saying? Who the hell knows? I was saying something, and the fire is not fully colored on the wands. I was saying something about my wish list, wasn't I? Who knows? The Queen. No, it's the King. Okay. I was like, eh? Ooh, so the difference is not that obvious on the Queen and the King, so I will have to be mindful when using. Though I always go by intuition as well, so if, you know, I read it as a king and it was the queen, then it was supposed to be the king. That's how I take it. Oh, octopus for the pentacles. That looks so cool. Coins are so boring these days. Back in the old days when they were all different, I know why they were, you know, make it regulated and, you know, the same, but they looked so much cooler. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's only 2 of them from the head. 10. The page. I like the cardstock. Yes, I do. Yeah, that's good. So the Knight of Pentacles doesn't have that big fire, which would indicate, you know, movement and really charging forward. It just has some small fires, which I appreciate, because I do read the Knight of Pentacles as a slow but stable moving energy. The King and the Queen. Oh, interesting, under groundwater. So yeah, this is the deck of the Elemental Power Tarot. And yeah, let's see that one Judgment card, because I'm curious. I'm not going to read it, and have you seen it? It just opened there, so was it meant to be? Yes. So you can read through if you want to. But it says, dig deep to clear the soil of your life. Keep only what contributes to health of your spiritual and emotional garden. Because yeah, we can cover up a lot of shit in ourselves, and sometimes you need to, yeah, make a spring clean and dig up things to deal with them, which is really cool. And there's a description of what you can see on the card, which is awesome, because I appreciate that always. There's guidance, which I would say, I'm not going to say it's upright, because I don't know if this deck uses upright and reversal, but different aspects of the card, which can be a guidance, could be the upright, the challenge could be the shadowy or reversal. And there's also am I on screen? Yes, apothecary. Oh, flax seeds. So those are flax seeds. So you can, you know, read up on what the flowers are good for, how you can use them, which is really cool. Yeah, I used to add a lot of flax seeds in my food when my mom was like, hey, do that. But I'm an adult adult and I don't do what's good for me only when my mom tells me to, which is kind of just shows how we never actually became anything less, or how do I want to say this, so we became not you know, the children of our parents. If it's a good or a bad thing, who knows, but we kind of stay that, which in my case is a good thing. But yeah, so that was a very quick, hopefully, walkthrough of this deck. I can't wait to work with it. I think I'm going to add this into my summer actual collection, so I mean I've started to work with it, but we'll see, because I have like quite a few decks that I want to go through, but I want to wait until I can get my leather journal for my grimoire or Book of Shadows. I think it's a Book of Shadows if I'm recording my own experiences in it, right? If it's a grimoire, it's the shared knowledge. But yeah, whatever. You don't care and you shouldn't. So thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.